Hello and welcome to the video. This is Hardev Singh, your IELTS trainer, and in this video I'm going to help you in writing informal letters. So the first thing you need to understand, or rather stop doing, is stop trying to learn informal letters. Learn to write a letter. So I'm assuming you already know how to write a letter. In order to write an informal letter, all you need to do is learn to informalize it. An informal letter is not a different type of letter. It's basically the same letter, but the tone is informal. So you have to learn to informalize a letter. But before we begin, there are three things I need you to understand. First, an informal letter is one that is written to a friend or a close relative. I hope you know that already. Second thing you should know already is how to write a letter in a 5-paragraph structure. So this video assumes that you know that as well. And the third thing is you have to understand that vocabulary is just one of the many things that makes a letter informal. So when I see students thinking about informal letters, talking about informal letters, or trying to write informal letters, all I see is them focusing on vocabulary. There seems to be an assumption that informal tone is all about vocabulary. Believe me, it is not. So I'm going to give you 7 steps in which you can informalize a letter, and you should use all 7. So informalizer number 1, use an informal way of starting and finishing. So how do you start? How it's going? How do you finish? Lots of love. A problem here I see that many students face, and the reason they face it is because they try to memorize too many phrases. So you do not need 3 phrases for a start and 3 for a finish. Just learn one phrase and always use it. So do not get into the whole habit of memorizing a list of phrases. Don't get into that. Informalizer 2, use exclamation marks. Exclamation marks in English are used to denote excitement or sometimes wonder. So these are the kind of emotions you would only want to depict in an informal letter while you're addressing a friend or a close relative. So I'll come pick you up at the station. Can't wait. You know how excited I am to go to Bali. So it's only to point out, highlight that I've used 2 exclamation marks. You should use only 1 exclamation marks. There is no extra marks for using 2 exclamation marks. Informalizer 3, use contractions. And this is an easy step to implement. Rather than saying I will be visiting you next month, contract it please, I'll be visiting you next month. I would really love to have you come and stay with us. I'd really love to have you come and stay with us. So use contractions. Contractions lend an informal tone to your letter. Informalizer number 4, do not be too polite. So here's the thing. The fact that formal letters are written in a serious tone makes some students assume that in order to be informal, they need to make their letter opposite of this. That is an extremely polite tone. This is a mistake. Just write in a way that you would be talking with a friend in real life. Little polite, but not too polite. Informalizer number 5, use a spoken style. And what's a spoken style? Basically, drop unnecessary words from your sentences. So rather than saying that's all for now, say all for now. It was great to hear from you. Now, great to hear from you. I can't wait, can't wait. I can't wait becomes can't wait. And informalizer number 6, make informal suggestions. How do you make informal suggestions? There are 3 ways. There are many ways. These are the ones I love. How about we go to the beach this weekend? How about we do anything? It could be anything here. Why don't we get together this Sunday? It could be anything here. Let's throw a surprise party for him. So sentences that start with let also make a suggestion, an informal one. Informalizer number 7, and this is the one that we always focus on, make use of informal vocabulary. So yes, vocabulary is a part of informal tone. But I hope you realize by now that vocabulary is not the only thing that makes a letter informal. It's just one of the many things. Okay, so the easiest way to make your vocabulary informal is to learn a lot of phrasal verbs or even slang or idioms. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Only if you're confident, that is. So in the description of the video, I will also link to this whole lesson, as well as you will have this file, download list of informal vocabulary. So you'll be able to download that file, and you will have a bunch of informal vocabulary in there that you should memorize at first, but also start understanding what the vocabulary is and obviously start using it. Okay, so this is the end of the lesson. I hope I've been able to simplify for you the process of writing an informal letter. Remember the key thing. Stop trying to learn informal letters, learn to write a letter, and then learn to informalize it. There were 7 steps that I taught you that will help you informalize a letter. That's the end of the lesson. We'll meet again. Take care.